Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's November 2nd, World Vegan Day, officially in the rearview mirror. Always good to get that one out of the way. It's a high stress day for me. Everyone wants something on that day. That everyone wants interviews and asking questions. Where do you get your protein? All that. So glad that's out of the way. We can move on to the fall. We can focus now on the Christmas season, which is descending rapidly upon us. I've seen a few Christmas ads, a little bit of Christmas decorations out already, and I kind of like that. I'm into that. All right, I'm adding Doug in Instagram. We'll get started. No more Planet Palooza to promote. I don't think there's any sort of reopening going on. Although there was an hour and a half bonus extension that happened yesterday, which you could have cashed in on. Okay, and Doug, I don't know. There he is.
Hey, Matt, happy Thursday. Aren't you just so glad that the day that people are actually talking about veganism and wanting you to answer some of the questions that people have, aren't you glad that that has passed you? Now you can just go back to no one thinking about it, everybody just ignoring the movement. And
right. Yeah, and everyone getting mad when vegans want to get attention.
Exactly. Yeah. We want the one day that everyone is happy that vegans exist. Glad that's over.
Yeah, I was kidding. I'm not getting flooded with interview requests or anything on Vegan Day, but I don't even notice. I don't think anyone knows about it. Somehow, when you search vegan news on that day, there are like 20 articles that say, "Is it good to be vegan?" Or World Vegan Day, whatever. Is it good to be vegan or things like that? But that's really it. Do people? Was it on social media at all? Were people?
No, I didn't. I mean, aside from plant-based news and stuff like that, I didn't hear anybody really talking about it or celebrating it. So,
right. All right, good. Well, people are here. Mr. Jeffrey has checked in on the way to the Food Security Food Summit, and it's all plant-based this year. So that's interesting. And special hot dog tofu is here. First time watching live. Good screen name too. One of the best handles that I've yet seen. Hot dog tofu. Jeff Hudnall, Brandon Turner, Sarah Slemp, Kelly Kay, and Marie. Everyone's here. A lot of people here who we all know and love. So that's good. Well, we got a little bit it is now holiday shift time. The articles, the releases, things are holiday related now. All of a sudden, I think we've only got one, but it's Starbucks. It's a big one in the weather report. And
I got my first pitch for product for a gift guide.
Well, that's good. They want to send us free stuff again?
I don't know. I didn't. I should actually. I didn't really open the email, but it was like, our product is perfect for your gift guide. So everybody's talking about gift guides now.
Yeah. Well, we should have the official Plant-Based Morning Show gift guide, for which we are accepting submissions beginning now. If anyone wants to ship things to us, we'll consider it for our gift guide. So get in touch. DMs are open. Anyway, I'm excited about that. And it's cold now. It feels it's like somehow the calendar or the weather knows that it turned into November.
It is
suddenly
cold.
It's cold. Yeah. Only other thing I've got today. Well, Texas Rangers won the World Series last night. I didn't watch a single pitch of any of it, the World Series. And I think the ratings were down. I heard.
Those two teams does anyone care about either of those teams?
No, I don't think so. Don't think so.
That's a problem. I guess that's how sports are supposed to work, and I'm sure that those teams will see a boost. But I feel like that's a problem when everyone kind of just quits caring after.
Right. And even if there's not overt cheating happening or rigging of things by the league to make sure that the good teams get in, you've got to imagine, or the teams that are loved get in. You've got to imagine that on some level affects the policies and the rules and the things, right? Because they ultimately want those big market teams to get in. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. I wish we had promotion relegation system like in Europe with soccer. That was so different.
That would be cool. I did watch, or maybe it was read an article about. I think it was Game 2. There was the title of the article was something about how it was the best inning to a World Series game ever, something like that. And it was a walk-off in the 11th inning, or it was a home run in the 9th to tie it up, and a walk-off in the 11th, and just really exciting game. But
no, that's good.
Yeah,
good. All right. Only thing I've got is I'm 1 week into my weight gain masking program,
Mm,
and before I tell you the results, here's what I've noticed. So I've been for like ever since I turned 40, I've been focused on getting in shape again. And
uh-huh.
and it's just because I wasn't doing any exercise, anything for a while after I kind of stopped running. Um, and the whole thing has been about getting stronger. And I've said I don't care about building big muscles. I just want to be strong and healthy and good. And that training, the training that is based on that, at least the guy I've been following, the philosophy I've been following, which is called Strong First. You can check it out, strongfirst.com.
Yeah.
They're all about being strong first. That's their main thing. They're saying if you're strong, then you can do a lot of things and it'll work for a lot of different goals. Um, that training is never about like compressed rest periods or trying to get yourself to like feel a pump in a workout. It's really about you do an exercise set, then you wait basically until you're fully recovered, which is at least
Okay.
2.5 minutes, could be 4 or 5, who knows. And they're definitely encouraging more rest rather than less. Like you err on the side of resting too long because you just want to be strong again for that next set. It's not about trying to do stuff while under fatigue. It's not about going to failure, which will increase your injury risk over time and your burnout risk, all these things. This mass gaining program is like a total different from that. It's like back to what I was doing in college where you're just slamming one set and then it's a 2 minute rest or less into the next
Yeah.
thing.
Just getting
And
swole.
it's a totally different feeling. Like after the workout, the next day, you just feel like your muscles are burning and I guess rebuilding all the time. But the workouts themselves are just, they're harder, you're breathing heavier. It's just different. Um, and so that was one thing. It just has sort of reminded me that like I guess I sort of started to think that this way I was working out was like what working out is because it's been so long since I've done this other stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. It just highlighted to me the difference in these two types of training. Like they really are drastically different. There's not just one way to go to the gym, which I
Does it
think
make you
for
feel like
me,
the other way is not doing enough for you?
no, it doesn't. It makes me feel like
Okay.
that one is way more sustainable.
Oh, good.
Um,
Okay.
and like and I can lift more that way because I can rest longer and I can have better quality lifts and all this stuff. So really eye opening because for the first 20 years that I was exposed to any kind of weightlifting, I thought it had to be the go to failure, go hard, leave the gym, exhausted, or else you didn't do anything. So it's just been a different thing to go back. So now I'm in like it's big on the high rep squat. So I did 60 squats yesterday. Next workout coming up has 75,
Wow.
and they're in only 2 or 3 sets, so they're a lot of them. Uh, so it's just totally different.
High weight or I mean, 'cause that's a lot of
No, pretty
squats.
low. I did yesterday was 115 was my 30 rep set.
What do you think your max is? Squat.
It's I tested 3 4 weeks ago and I got I don't know 270 or so, which is
Okay.
not a very high squat. And I think
But
I
so
think under better
that's less than
conditions,
50% of your max.
yeah, yeah, like a third. Well, a little more than a third. Um. So yeah. Anyway, that's what's happening. But one weekend I've gained 6 pounds, and
Yeah.
that's successful to me. So and that's not cheating. It's not with clothes. It's not with. I'm sure some of it has come from just like I wasn't eating as much then, so now there's probably just more food generally in my system.
Mhm.
But certainly some of it will be muscle, some of it probably fat. Uh,
Your
but
physique
it's good.
changed in 1 week yet?
I mean, not that I can tell, but the
Mhm.
scale says so.
Did you do the before picture?
I did it
Like
before
we
pictures for
Oh,
myself,
good.
for my own personal
Okay.
use.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yep.
Do you
Unless someone wants to
roll
hack
your
into my
underwear up
thing.
so you can see your calves real good and
No, I
your
didn't really. Just mainly focused on upper
your
body. Didn't
quads?
didn't take much leg pictures.
Okay. All right. We know a guy who can coach you if you need some
Who,
help getting
Robert?
those. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would know all the ins and outs of what to
He
do,
knows
how
all
to
about
flex.
the bathroom selfies.
Yeah, he does.
Mhm.
Anyway, so there's my update. But it's good. I'm enjoying it, but I will be happy to get back to the strength training because it's just easier, more sustainable.
Well, I got my runner's guide to the 100K in email last night and started diving into that and getting pretty fired up. I got 16 days till race day.
What's the runner's guide? Like the participant packet.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Like all the details about the course and the aid stations and all that
Uh
stuff.
huh. Okay.
It's gonna
Good.
be a big race. I'm gonna be out there for a long time. Feels good to be thinking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 100K is a long way, and one distance I've never done is 100K.
It's a long way, and it feels like it's a lot shorter than a 100-miler because it's 40 miles shorter. It is a lot shorter, but it's still a long way, and there's almost 14,000 feet of elevation gain, so it's gonna be a big one.
Yeah. I think that's why I haven't done it. Never was interested because it just seemed like 50 miles, nice round number, just as rewarding as 100K because I ran 50 plus miles, and that's
Uh-huh.
and so why run extra 12 miles than that if you're not doing 100 miles? It just doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. But I think that's probably an ultra runner's distance, right? Is it like a beloved number of
Yeah, I
certain
mean, it is a
people?
beloved number. It feels, yeah. I mean, it feels a 50-miler. Mentally, it feels a lot different to me than a 50-miler. Like
Yeah,
the
it
prep
seems
for
like
it,
it.
and thinking ahead. Even just the logistical prep of 100K, especially this 100K, feels a lot different than what I would do if I was just going out for a 50-miler.
Yeah, it seems a lot more. And again, that's why I haven't done it. It seems a lot more to me like a 100-miler.
Yeah,
But you said there was a difference. But I mean, it seems like the same thing, same amount of work. So might as well just run
do
31 miles.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'll look forward to hearing how that goes. You said 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now.
It's the 18th, so
Okay.
2.5 weeks.
2.5. Okay, good. All right, well, keep us posted on how that's going, and don't neglect those pull-ups. I know you're probably
Mm,
focused on the running, but while your taper time, this is perfect time to really hammer some
mm-hmm.
pull-ups, so you can show those off to us by the end of the year.
All right, all
And
right.
yeah, I can't believe this got extended by 2 months. I mean, that's enough time, like, to do the whole goal. Like, you can start from
Well,
scratch
I
in
mean,
2
I kind
months
of
and get
have
it
to
done.
do the whole goal, so I mean, that's kind of what I need.
Okay. All right. Okay, and one more thing. Shout out to someone on YouTube whose name I didn't recognize. Let me find them really quickly. Sorry, I thought I was prepared for this. Lex Lee said Taco Bell's in my city have already stopped carrying the vegan nacho cheese as well.
Ah,
They had it for 2 weeks, so they
so
were
maybe
out
it
when I
is.
went to it, but they came back. It came back the next day because Aaron Holden went and got it.
Maybe it is just a
But
temporary thing.
yeah, you said it was temporary. This person said no. I mean, based on the reviews that have come out, no one has really said it's very good. So maybe it's really not doing well. Like maybe it was good on the Crunchwrap, but now when it gets isolated on the fries, it gives people the chance to really get sick of it and just not think it's good.
I don't know. I'll be disappointed if I never get to try it. Although
Yeah,
I don't know if I will try it. Now I'm so over Taco Bell right now
I
that
know. Me too. We shouldn't even talk about them anymore.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Here we go. Weather report. What we've got. I teased it a little bit. May not have music today. All right, here we go.
Weather report.
Yeah, yesterday we talked about Caribou Coffee and their new vegan-friendly drinks with no upcharge if you're a Caribou Plus member or whatever that is. Starbucks, though, today has, well, I guess it's today that they've begun the holiday cup season. It could have been yesterday, I'm not really sure, but they have they've embraced 2 new dairy-free beverages. They've embraced new dairy-free beverages, 2 of which are vegan without modifications. So
Great.
interesting little twist there. But the first one is the Oleato gingerbread oat milk latte. And remember, Oleato is that thing that
The oil?
where they there's like an emulsion of oil in the coffee. It's olive oil, some special kind. Or I don't think it's special, just a regular extra virgin olive oil. And it's like, I guess maybe Howard Schultz is the one who dreamed this up and said, it's like a longevity food, this oil, and go perfectly with coffee. Why not put them together? And it did expand. I Googled this because I thought maybe Oleato is now everywhere if they're making one of their holiday drinks based on it.
Yeah.
Because I really would like to try it. As much as like the reviews are very much mixed. Some people just don't like it, and it seems like some people kind of do. But they expanded in June of this year. They expanded, I think, to 15 states, but ours are not 2 of them, Doug. Right now, it's Alaska, Arkansas, Connecticut, Florida, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Texas, and Vermont. So not really in most states at all. So
But
too
this
bad.
Oleato gingerbread is going to be a thing?
No, it's just like that's one of their holiday drinks, but you can only get it if you're there.
Oh, they're not even doing it nationwide.
No. So you can still only get it in those places. So that's kind of a bummer because this one actually sounds good. Starbucks blonde espresso with steamed oat milk infused with olive oil, balanced with the gingerbread syrup, uplifting all those spice notes. I don't know. I think that could be pretty good. Dusting of ginger that contains notes of tangerine and ginger snap, citrusy finish. That could be good. I'd like to try that one, but I'm not gonna be anywhere where I can get it. The other one is iced sugar cookie almond milk latte, a returning beverage Starbucks initially launched in 2021 as its first holiday drink. This, by the way, is from Veg News. They had the big story about this, so good job, Veg News.
Iced sugar cookie almond milk latte.
Doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
To me. Sugar cookie does not belong. It just doesn't. That would be nice maybe with your coffee, but not as your coffee. That doesn't seem very good.
Would you dunk it?
No, I would definitely not dunk it. I mean, I wouldn't even get it. I guess it'd be okay to have a cookie.
Are you a dunker? Like, do you dunk bread in your tomato soup or anything?
No, none of that.
What?
Absolutely don't.
You're just like no fun. It's like, hey, you want to do something fun? That's like, nah, I'm good. I'll pass.
Well, when it comes to food, yeah, I'm just not. I don't like crazy mixes of different foods.
I mean, bread and tomato soup is not a crazy mix of food, man. It's a classic.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do that. All right. So anyway, that one's like a German inspiration. Comes from Spritzen sugar cookies. Who knows? And then they've got the iced gingerbread oat milk chai.
Oh, that sounds good.
Well, it's not made with dairy. It contains honey. But so it's dairy free, but it's not totally vegan. So most people won't have that, but some people might not mind honey. And apparently, it's not easy to swap that. There's no way to just have them give you something different instead of the honey.
Yeah. So maybe in the syrup, in the gingerbread syrup or something.
Maybe. Yeah, possible. Probably already in there. And then there's the new seasonal chestnut praline latte. Can be ordered with vegan milk and no whipped cream. So 2 of those out of 4 are iced. Just doesn't fit with holiday drink to me at all.
Nope.
So I don't know. And of course they got the red cups. They're coming. That's today. That all debuts. I will say I do like Starbucks around the holiday time. I think go in there, sit there, get a nice red cup, drink, hang out for a little while, listen to some Christmas music. It's a good vibe.
Put you in the spirit. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
You are all right with that?
I mean, not in my town.
No,
but
not in your town.
If I'm traveling somewhere, driving up to go see some family for the holidays, or
but what if they're ruining other towns as well?
I mean, that's the problem, right? They are, right? Like, there's a small town I'd pull into because I'm traveling through. I need a bathroom and a coffee. Right. I see a Starbucks. I'm gonna stop there. I'm not gonna.
You're gonna risk it. You're not gonna take a risk.
No, it's just
It's a known quantity, known quality. It's a good roadside stop, and it probably brings people into your town. You should be happy for it.
Kelly K says, I had Starbucks blonde brown sugar oat milk espresso on ice with only 1 pump, and it was good. Man, that's a mouthful.
Blonde brown sugar oat milk espresso. Okay, but that wasn't one of the Christmas or holiday drinks, is it?
No.
Brown sugar. I mean, that sounds good. I would actually like that one.
And KDC says, I did the sugar cookie last year with only 1 pump, and it was delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, you always got to go down on the pumps.
It seems like that's what everyone's doing. Who gets all the pumps? Like, some people just do that, though, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Must be for somebody. Okay, so there you go. There's your Starbucks update and holiday season. I'll be excited to get a red cup for sure when that first happens this year. All right, more news, a little more serious health, plant-based stuff. This is from Plant-Based News. New study has shown that women in their 40s who ate a predominantly plant-based diet, spoiler, it's the DASH diet, are less likely to experience memory loss later in life. And they looked at 5,000 women whose mean age at the completion of the study was 78.9 years. By the way, 2/3 of Alzheimer's cases, at least last year, were women in the United States. So it does affect more women than it does men.
Don't know that.
Yep, and they completed a questionnaire and did some stuff, and then follow-up stuff. 30 years of follow-up happened, and I don't think they put people on certain diets. It's just those who most closely adhered to the DASH diet when in their 40s were 17% less likely to have experienced multiple SCCs, which is self-reported experience of memory loss and other cognitive impairments. So
That's big. That's a big percentage.
Yeah, right. It is. And the interesting thing is that this was in their 40s, and the mean age when they ended was 78 point whatever. So the upshot of all this is that eating healthy foods, predominantly plant foods, in middle age is important for preventing memory loss later on, which is when the memory loss typically strikes. So yeah, I mean, encouraging good news for plant-based people and people who are at high risk for Alzheimer's and other things. I don't think this was specifically looking at Alzheimer's, although that was mentioned a lot in the article. I think it was just these self-reported memory loss instances. I don't know if like forgetting your keys or whatever counts as that. Like, is it just a common thing, or does it mean like serious? Didn't remember like a relative or something? I don't know. The DASH diet, though, in case you're wondering, includes eating more plant-based foods that are rich in potassium, calcium, magnesium, limits consumption of saturated fat, cholesterol, sodium, and sugar associated with red meat, sweets, and salty food. So I think it is a very high plant-based, but does not require you to be vegan to do it. And not finally, up next, Notco has a new plant-based offering. It's the Not Chicken Spicy Patties in partnership with Austin-based hot sauce company Yellowbird Sauce. Doug, you know that? Is that one of your hipster brands that you follow closely?
Nope, never heard of it.
No? You're not on there? You don't have like a mailing thing that comes every quarter or something?
No.
Anyway, they've partnered together. All that stuff is now in Whole Foods. I think I said that. So yeah, I'll be curious. I've never tried any Notco stuff. I don't think, and I don't think you have either, Doug. I haven't heard that anyway. I think they're in Walmart, some things, but they're doing big partnerships. Like they have one, they've announced a partnership with Mars Wrigley, but the details have not yet been disclosed about that. But that, that'd be a big deal, I think. I mean, I don't know if Mars Wrigley only makes candy, but if it's like some sort of big name chocolate bar that is now done in Notco style, that would be pretty cool.
Definitely. I would try this Notco spicy patties.
Oh, yeah, I would too. Yeah. And we need to see how Notco is. They're expanding seemingly rapidly, so that'd be a good taste too. All right, and finally, last one up, also from Plant-Based News, there's a new documentary coming out from the makers of Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy, and What the Healthspiracy. This one is called Christspiracy, the Spirituality Secret. And so when I first saw this is Kip Anderson and Cameron Waters. I don't know who Cameron Waters is. I thought it was Kip and Keegan, wasn't it? They were on our podcast one time. Remember that?
They were, yeah. After Conspiracy.
Yeah. Let's see if it is Keegan. I'm just checking this out here. Yeah, Kip Anderson and Keegan Kuhn. That's who did it. So I guess Kip has struck out on his own here. I'm not really totally clear. I know. He does this thing with Cameron Waters. I guess you got to have a name that begins with K to be part of this power team. Not many people named K. Kip, Cameron, Keegan. Those are some rare names, and Cameron with a K. Anyway, supposedly they're trying to answer one question: is there a spiritual way to kill an animal? But then later, they say they aim to answer lots of questions, like, did Jesus's compassion spread to animals as well? So at first when I saw this, I thought this is like they're just doing a religion thing. It's not even about vegan stuff anymore. And that itself could be interesting. It could be a Da Vinci Code or like the Stigmata. Remember that movie?
Da Vinci Code. Stigmata, yeah.
So I thought that could be kind of interesting. Maybe they're going to debunk some old religious thing. I don't know. But no, it's about animal stuff, and they're looking at the link between animal ethics and all religions. They spent 6 years going to 4 different continents.
All religions or just Christianity?
All religions.
Why is it called Christspiracy then?
I don't know. I guess that's just a big name drop you get in there. Anyway, so I actually think this is really interesting. I would like to see this. I would sooner see this than be more interested in seeing this than a Game Changers type thing or What the Health. I never saw What the Health. Or cows. I never saw any of these. I mean, little bits of them maybe. But
you never saw Cowspiracy?
No, I don't. Huge. Environment stuff I'm just too bored with, so I don't try that. Seaspiracy might be good, but I don't even want to see. I don't want to know about animals getting hurt. I'm just not. I know that's happening. I don't need more of it. But when I first went vegetarian, it was definitely influenced by reading of like Richard Dawkins, who was an atheist uh, and evolutionary biologist kind of guy. Um, and that doesn't mean I'm an atheist, because I'm not. I'm really not sure what I am still. But I just think this is really interesting. Like, that definitely impacted me. And I think being brought up not in a religious household, but like as just a part of religion, I think it was just the idea that humans are different than animals, better than animals, was like just built in. And once I started reading atheist stuff, it made me think, wow, animals and humans really maybe not that different, maybe just a difference of degree. And that's what got me started thinking about, maybe I shouldn't be eating these animals. So, like I said, I don't want people to get mad and say you're an atheist, and if they did, who cares? But I really am sort of, I would say, agnostic. Like I want to believe there's some sort of power, but I don't know what. Anyway, I don't think people care about that. But that's why this would be really interesting. I would love to hear what they say about this. And like they said, I think they in the trailer, which has like Da Vinci Code vibes to it. And you should go watch it on plantbasednews.org. I think they said something about how would Jesus have wanted to kill an animal? If Jesus was going to kill an animal for sacrifice, maybe for food, I don't know. And he said, how would Jesus, think we should kill that animal? And I think that's interesting, right? I mean, like, really,
honestly, this one isn't like, I'm not all that interested, really, at all.
But your dad is a religious man, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a preacher's kid,
right?
I grew up in a very religious household,
but no interest here.
I don't know. It's just not that interesting to me. Like, did Jesus's compassion spread to animals? I mean, it's like, are we trying? Is the idea that, well, if it did spread to animals, then maybe this will convince other Christians to be more compassionate to animals? I mean, we have enough problem with people of faith showing compassion to humans, and Jesus definitely did that. So like I just don't see this actually making much of an impact. But I mean, I do. Well, here's I don't want to. I feel like I'm bashing a vegan doc, and I don't want to do that. So, I'm gonna rewind a little bit and say that this one probably isn't for me. I'm not all that excited about it personally, but I think that this is an angle that I haven't seen before. I'm not saying it's never been done before. We have so many about health, and we have so many about the environment, and now we have some about athleticism. So, I mean, it's cool to explore a different avenue, but
yeah, well, I'm with you. I don't think it will have a big impact. I think it might impact some people who've never been reached before, who, are going to watch anything that has Christ in it and in the name, and they'll watch it. And then maybe they'll be like, wow, maybe I should care about animals. If Jesus' compassion did in fact spread to animals, and we don't know the answer to that yet.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Not until we watch the doc.
Right. So it might reach people who haven't been reached before, but I think you're right. This is not going to be big mainstream smash hit that everyone's going to say, oh my gosh, we got to be vegan now because Jesus was compassionate to animals. I just think it's really interesting, like how I can't imagine being hyper compassionate to people, like one of the most compassionate ever. And who knows? I mean, I'm not, like I said, not really any religion, so I'm not saying this is true or not. But like, if there was a person that someone believed that was just a hyper compassionate person, how could that person just say, well, animals don't matter, we just kill them however you want? They're totally right. I think that doesn't make sense to me. It just seems like, how could you not say they're also deserving of some compassion? And I surely people do say exactly that.
Definitely.
But so that's why it's interesting. But I don't think it'll have a major impact. Anyway, it says
Seventh-day Adventists, right? I mean, they're Christian, aren't they? I don't actually know much about them.
I don't know.
And isn't there?
Yeah, the Adventists they make up Loma Linda, most of the population there, and that's one of the blue zones.
Is that why they don't eat meat? Is it for compassion?
It's part of their religion, but I don't know if it's if that's why it's right or wrong or what.
Yeah, they're definitely Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, you have to assume that there are plenty of Christian denominations that are more compassionate towards animals, or consider that as part of it.
Right.
All living beings.
Yes. Anyway, they said that for the first time ever, the filmmakers bought back the rights from Netflix. So they were able to put out the full unedited version and reach as many people as possible. The film's not released yet. They're doing a crowdfunding or money-raising thing. You can go donate at Kickstarter if you want. But I don't understand this, bought back the rights from Netflix. Like, they sold the rights first and then bought them back.
Yeah, but I bet they sold it to get it made, and then decided to buy it back.
Okay, so they didn't just make a movie and then say, "Hey, Netflix, come buy this," and then buy it back. They sold it to.
Well, I have no idea, but
okay.
I mean,
that's one.
I bet that after their other
yeah,
the other documentaries, they probably made an agreement with Netflix to release it through them.
Maybe they'll come on. Maybe they'll co-host the show, go through the weather report with us one day.
Maybe they will. Hope they do. Mm-hmm. I hope that you know what, I'm gonna watch it. I said I wasn't interested. I'm gonna watch it so that I can be wrong.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch the actual documentary. And the trailer, like I said, is Da Vinci Code-esque. They make it seem like some sort of secret, or The Secret. Remember The Secret? That thing, the book that was all about manifesting things.
No, I don't remember that.
You don't know? It was like a big new age smash hit thing. I mean, it became books and movies and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, that movie begins with big time Da Vinci Code vibes.
Did you read the Da Vinci Code?
No, but I would. I
did. I was really into it. I liked it a lot.
It's fun to get hooked on a book sort of thing like that. I should read that.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm going to watch again is the Hunger Games. You were talking about that the other day. It's like, I want to go back and rewatch those.
What are we talking about? I was actually thinking I'd like to go back and reread those in Spanish. I thought a book that I've read before a couple times, actually. I think I've read most of this twice. Read that in Spanish is good reminder of a lot of words and rules. Hunger Games, good movie. You ever read the fourth Hunger Games, Doug?
No.
It was like a prequel to
I haven't read any of them. I should.
Oh, okay.
I just only watched them.
Okay. The Ballad of Songbirds, Birds, and Snakes was the prequel to Hunger Games. Yeah, came out like during COVID, April 2020. And I tried to read it in Spanish, and I don't know, couldn't really get any momentum. Not because it was in Spanish. It just did not hook me at all. I don't know. COVID. Okay.
Right,
so that's
we got lots of comments on the Stigmata song. Or
what? Oh, there's a song, Stigmata?
Yeah, by Ministry.
Oh, I don't know that. I just remember the movie.
Are you talking about Dogma? Or is it
No, there was a movie about like people who started spontaneously it was a fictional movie, getting the sores in their, or wounds in their hands.
Huh.
Which is what the Stigmata is. But people were getting it, and there was this big religious conspiracy that was part of it. It was kind of good.
And then let's see. Brandon Turner wants to know what's our coffee drink, our daily coffee drink.
Doug just like throws whatever together. He doesn't pay a lot of attention to it. Just do whatever.
It's like sometimes I'll just put instant in an espresso machine and see what happens. Whatever.
No, I'm kidding. Tell him what you eat, Doug. You're a French press recently, right?
Recently, for the last several months, maybe even a year, I've been a French press guy. I do a light roast Honduras blend from a local coffee roaster here in Black Mountain, Dynamite. I'm sorry, and it's good. It's fruity, fruit forward, lots of flavor.
Cholesterol impact? You worried about that with the?
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
Okay,
nope.
It does affect. The French press does not capture those oils. They get through, and then it raises cholesterol. But perhaps not in a harmful way. I don't know.
How about you? What are you doing these days?
I still, for the past probably 2 years, 3 years, I've done the Chemex, like small one without the leather strap on it, just a glass Chemex, 3-cup, I think it's called, and I just get whatever coffee is kind of new and different at the grocery store. Often it ends up being counterculture. I like the African ones, Kenya, Ethiopia. Those are good. But I sometimes will venture into South America, try different things. But yeah, pretty much just that. Little change. All right. On another related note, Dale Stevens says she is fun and does not dunk things. So there you go. And I believe that. I believe Dale Stevens is fun. She seems like she always is fun.
I bet she's fun too, yeah.
And she doesn't dunk. So proof that that's two of us who are fun and don't dunk. So maybe it's actually worse to be a dunker. Maybe you're less fun if you dunk.
Yeah. Justice says, phew, religion is a sticky subject. I would say that was the best religion conversation we've ever had.
Who
on
said that?
live on the show.
Oh, you
Every
said
time religion comes up, it gets
does it? I didn't realize that. I know every time gender comes up in any way, it feels
uh-huh.
awkward because we don't
It
want to
does feel
offend
like it.
people.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know religion coming up.
Yeah, I mean not very often. Any of those subjects. Just I mean
Yeah.
it's hard to talk live because you want to like I mean it's natural, at least for me. I want to kind of censor myself a little bit, make sure I'm not
Right. But
saying
then it's not
anything that
entertaining. Right.
right,
And the
and then
more
it's
you do
not
that,
entertaining.
the more
Mhm.
boring it is. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It's a tricky balance. Okay. Anything else? Stigmata was by Ministry. I don't know this song, Stigmata, but maybe I'll check it out. All right. I think that's it as far as relevant things. Brandon Turner has had coffee from Dynamite. Over roasted, in
Oh,
my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
the day maker. Is that what you're talking about?
Just almost all of it. It's just a little bit. It's
Hmm.
just over roasted, in my opinion.
Okay. I think their day maker blend, which is their like signature blend, is not my favorite.
Okay.
People love it. But in my opinion, it is over roasted.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And I don't
some
like
of
how
the
they don't.
others.
I don't like how there's no computers allowed in their coffee house.
That's not the case anymore.
Oh, they lifted that.
They lifted that.
Did you put
It
some
wasn't
pressure on
no
them?
computers. They just didn't have internet, so discouraged computers.
Oh, I thought it was no computers even allowed.
No.
Did you apply pressure from your town council seat to
Yeah.
make them do that?
I said we're going to revoke your roasting license. No, not at all. But now it's now there are computers, and I will say sometimes it's too crowded in there because people are hogging the tables with the computers, which I am
Right.
one of them.
Right.
I love to work in there. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's jump into content here. Let's do the kitchen tools one. We have this canned goods thing, but I don't know. It's not that important. This is kind of good though. We're moving into the gift giving season, consumerism. Why not highlight it with the best vegetarian products so you can get that early vegetarian vegan off of your list. You can cross them off, get their thing done, and then move on to the omnivores on your list. This is from eatingwell.com. It says, I write about kitchen products for a living. I mean, so they're like, this is one of those headlines, and I guess they're just really reaching here. That's their like big hook. I write about kitchen products for a living, and these are the staples in my plant-based kitchen. Prices start at just
I kind of like the headline.
I mean, if it was like, I'm a, this amazing thing, ask me anything, or I did this, set this amazing world record, ran the Big's Backyard Ultra, whatever, with my eyes closed. And this is my running shoes. I write about kitchen products for a living. I mean, that's their.
It means that they've reviewed a lot of kitchen products. They know what's good. They know what's not.
Okay.
They know it's just brand name versus quality.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably true.
Yeah. I mean, it's like just it's saying you're an expert. I think I like it. I like it. I'm gonna say I host a daily podcast. This is the podcast I listen to. Yeah. Right. I mean.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Here we go. So they list them all ahead of time here. We'll just run through the list. We got 4 minutes till we're supposed to be about done. Number 1 is the Future Tofu Press. I've never heard of this one before. In fact, you could pull this one up if you want people to see the pictures. If you have,
You want to pull it up?
Yeah, why not? That'd be good. That would add something. Yeah, it's just a tofu press. You can see how it works, but it's a little different has a different clamping mechanism than I have seen before. Doug, I know you still against the tofu press. You don't think it's a good item because you've only tried the really bad designed one that involves screwing things down in some sort of vice fashion.
So this is interesting to me, and I'm if all modern tofu presses are like this, where the tofu is in a box so it can't like break. The one I have, it's just like 2 things.
Right. Yours has no borders. Right.
Has no borders. Does yours have like walls like that would kind of keep it intact a little bit?
Mine is the Tofu Express, and it has a spring thing, but it's the same shape and dimensions of that.
See, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Right.
Because the problem with mine, not only are you clamping it down, you have 4 clamps, and it's like you have to get them all right.
Terrible.
But it always just busts up the tofu.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. That was a basic design feature. It would be to let the tofu not expand infinitely.
Mm-hmm. So I think maybe I'm coming around to the tofu
Okay,
press.
well, this could be
Anne-Marie
a good
says that's
gift
the one
then.
she has. I'd love to know if.
Oh yeah, this exact one.
Hmm.
Okay. Good. This could be a good gift for Doug. If anyone here is a Doug family member or something, now and then
Uh-huh.
those people do listen.
They
Or
do.
you
Yeah.
could give to Katie. Katie could give to you. You could give to each other. This would be
Hmm.
perfect.
Hmm.
I think you guys should
Perfect.
do this. It only costs $22.
Uh-huh.
And this person who's been vegetarian, by the way, they in the intro, I made fun of their headline, but I like their story. She's been in a vegetarian phase for 20 years. She started at age 6 or 7. She announced to her family that she wouldn't be eating meat that
Hmm.
very night or any night after, and then it's just stuck, which is great. I think that's fantastic because you would expect most kids that do that on their own, they're not going to probably last, but
Yeah.
that's really cool. So I like that. And she says that she's become a master of cooking tofu. Didn't like it at first, and a lot of the credit is for this tool from ToFuture.
We were so at breakfast this morning. We were filling out a form for my youngest daughter's preschool, and it's about like culture and identity, and I think they're trying to like bring in certain things into the classroom, and they're like, what's the culture like in your house, or like what culture do you most identify with in your house? And Eliza goes vegan. And I thought that was great. I thought that was awesome.
I mean, that's the culture of the house, right?
Yeah,
And
sure.
cultures don't have to be like countries or ethnicities.
No, and it's not
Yeah,
like we identify
that's
that
true.
strongly with like the Scottish or Irish roots.
Right,
That
right. No, it's true. I mean, I think that would be the culture in our house too, more than any other thing.
uh-huh.
Uh, yeah, that's cool. Sometimes we do write that down in all those questionnaires, and I always wonder if the teacher like just instantly judges. Like I just assume that like it's a nice thing. We're vegan, but then recently I've started to wonder. Like when I write that down, I think people probably some people just automatically hate that,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
that has really only occurred to me recently. That like a lot of people just hate vegans.
That people hate you just
Yeah, like because I always thought
yeah.
like if I was low pressure about it and like just whatever, not trying to convince people, then it would be fine. And always my interactions are, but just with the culture, climate, media, whatever, polarized
Mhm.
world. I just feel like when we just say that now, there's probably people who just automatically hate you. And what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Just not say it, I guess. All right. Number 2, the Keylitos 5-in-1 immersion blender.
Do you have an
Uh,
immersion blender, Matt?
yeah, we do, and it did come with these parts that broke over time where we just stopped using them. It came with like a
Mhm.
whisk attachment. I don't know why we've never used that, but we got rid of that because we just got a regular whisk. We got the chopper attachment, and that was nice, but we don't have that anymore. We just have now a regular Cuisinart like mini prep chopper thing.
Mhm.
And I don't really use the immersion blender that much. It makes too much splashes.
Mhm.
But I guess it's better than pouring stuff into your other blender if it's like a soup or something. Do you do this?
No, I've never had one. I honestly don't even know what I would use it for.
It's really useful only for pureeing soups, and then it splashes everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, that's
I mean,
it.
well, why not just do that in the blender?
Because you have to transfer hot soup into your blender, and it sometimes is, especially if it's in a big heavy Dutch oven, it's just a
Mm,
cumbersome process.
okay.
So it is good for that one use. Um, but yeah, unless you're like a professional commercial kitchen, I don't think you need a immersion blender.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it comes with a chopper, a whisk, a milk frother, and even a hand mixer. So if you're going to even use 2 of those things often, then $39.99 is not a bad
No.
price for that. Because our food processor mini prep thing, not the main one, but like the little one, that alone it cost $40 because we just had to replace it because the lid
Definitely.
broke.
Yep.
So not a bad value. All right, this one I don't quite know what to do with, or how to say the name of the company. RLLYGRT. Not even going to try.
Ceramic air fryer liner. See, here's the problem. An air fryer's not on this list. What do I need a liner for if I don't
Right,
have an air
you're right.
fryer?
Yeah, that's a
And
good
this is
point.
silly. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, she says she puts them in her Instant Pot as well, and I think, maybe that's a different one. Hold on. Yeah,
My
yeah.
options are made from single-use materials or silicone. I prefer these heat-safe ceramic ones. I mean, I guess.
But
I guess
what
that's
even is this? Like my air fryer is like a toaster oven shaped thing, and it has trays that are kind of like baskets that you put in. So I wouldn't know what to do with this thing. You put this?
yeah.
Would I just stick this on the tray, or is this made for a whole different type of air fryer?
I mean, it looks like a different type of air fryer than what I have.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
But doesn't the air
We just
fryer come with something that you put the food in? Like, why do you need to
I don't
put
know.
it in a ceramic thing inside there?
They
I don't
double as
understand.
serving trays, so you don't get extra dirty dishes.
Yeah. Well, maybe they sent her those for free and she included them in her gift guide. That's maybe that why it's here. I would like to have a nice serving bowls like that. I don't have that. I'd
Yeah,
like
they're nice.
serving family style food. It's a nice thing not to have to
Mhm.
plate all the dinners and then serve them. So I'd like to have that. OXO Good Grips Large Salad Spinner is the next one. I had this thing for many years and then it broke. And it also got disgusting amounts of pink bacteria build up inside the parts where you can't clean. Uh,
Hmm.
but that took many years to happen, and it was really good in the meantime.
Yep, we have this exact
OXO
salad
salad
spinner.
spinner. Mhm.
Happy with it.
Has the brake button on it. You can brake, stop the
Mhm.
spinning immediately if it gets out of control or something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um. So yeah, a good thing to have. Make sure you eat more salads. I think since we've gotten rid of ours, we just have eaten less salads. I've never really
Huh.
attributed it to that, but certainly could be.
I don't
That
know
could
if
be why.
it makes us eat more salads. It makes us buy less of the like clamshell things.
Yes. So you waste less stuff probably because
Mhm.
chopping your own romaine lettuce up or any lettuce and keeping it in the fridge that lasts way longer than those clamshells do for some reason,
Yep.
and way less expensive too. I should go back to it for that very reason. All right, next one. Mora Ceramics Flat Pasta Bowl, set of 4. This is, I mean, none of these things are really, except for the tofu press, is like a exclusively vegan vegetarian thing, and
Yep.
even that doesn't have to be, but for many it would be. Anyway, these are like ceramic or what's this terracotta? I don't know. It looks like clay like pasta bowls, and they're sort of flat. They're in between a bowl and a plate, and I think it's kind of a cool idea, especially if you were like into minimalism and you just wanted a couple dishes. This could this could serve you
You don't
for
do
many
pasta
many.
bowls, Matt?
No, I use
What do you eat
pasta
your
plate.
pasta into?
I put it on plates.
Oh, Matt,
I
you're
plate it.
missing out, dude. We pasta bowl for just about everything. It's perfect for burritos, perfect for pasta. I'm a huge advocate for the pasta bowl.
What is it? Wait, what's a pasta bowl? Like this thing? Like this flat bowl thing?
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh,
like a plate, but with like walls, so you can more easily scoop up your food and stuff.
okay. Yeah, I never even knew that was like a thing, a pasta bowl.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd think to have these.
I think we eat probably 90% of our food from a pasta bowl.
Hmm.
Yesterday, oh, this is bad. This was bad, Matt. Yesterday, I was carrying my plate back in from my office, which is detached from my house. I chipped over a stick. I had my computer in one hand, my pasta bowl, and my cup of coffee that was unfinished in the other hand. And I
Trip over
fell,
stick.
and my hands were full, so I couldn't catch myself. I went smashing. The pasta bowl crashed. The coffee splattered all over me, all over my computer, and all into the mud or the dirt that turned into mud where my
Man,
computer fell into. It was bad, man.
wow. It almost
Yeah.
sounds comical. It's almost enough to make somebody laugh. That you'd
I
be
think
carrying all these
Katie
things and
saw it.
then trip on a stick.
Katie watched it happen, and she said that she was watching me and she wanted to laugh because it would just happen like,
Right.
but she was waiting for my reaction. And when I was just totally silent, didn't yell or didn't whatever, she was like, "Oh no, this is bad." But
Yeah.
it was mostly bad because of the computer falling into the coffee mud.
Computer in the
Uh,
mud. Right. It's not good.
Yeah, it was not good. Yeah. But anyway, we lost the pasta bowl that night,
Oh,
last
man.
night, and because it shattered into 50 pieces.
Yeah. Well, you might have to replace it with these. All right, on to the next. This one's this is a strange one. Creative Co-op stoneware colander, set of 2, and they're like these clay stone things that
Hmm.
are have holes in them like colanders, but I guess like a very coarse colander. The number of holes is very small compared to a typical colander,
Right.
but they're larger holes, spaced out more, of course. Uh, she says she stores freshly washed fruits and vegetables in colanders to snack on
Hmm.
throughout the week. A chic touch to her produce shelf and keeps the fridge looking organized. So it's a little container in your fridge. And I guess the colander bottom would help your stuff dry. Like I hadn't really thought of using a colander in that way. I just do it in the moment, pour the
Right.
pasta water through it or whatever, get the water out of there. But I think it also probably keeps things from sitting in moisture, and that's
Yeah.
generally a good thing. So I
I
like
think
these. Look kind of
this is
nice.
kind of cool. This is probably one of those things that she's trying to have something unique on the list. Being someone who's written several lists like this, you try to get something a little bit out of the ordinary. I bet that this is one of those things, but she probably does actually use it.
Yeah.
So I'm here for it.
This would be good if you could find it from a local artisan at the Black Mountain Market. I think you prefer this from than this company. Okay, so there's that one. Star River small rice cooker. I haven't had a rice cooker since I was a little kid. We had one, but I just don't see the need for a rice cooker. You?
Nope.
Seems like an extra item that we can just use a pot and pan for. I don't try to eat that much, or I try not to eat that much rice because of that arsenic thing. So we do eat rice, but it's not very often. I don't know. I don't think
we've been cooking it in the pressure cooker recently.
Yeah, and there's lots of ways to cook rice. So a rice cooker seems weird. Now maybe this one has other use. I think it does. It has rice, noodles, soups, congee. I don't know what that is, but different settings for different things. All right, next. Tovolo mini silicone tongs. We have a set of tongs. Looks a lot like this. I think this is mini. I think this is smaller than ours. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like a weird.
Not much to say about that.
I mean, this isn't a gift list. In fairness, this is just her staples. So not all these would make good gifts. Like that one, I think would not make a good gift. But
could be a nice addition.
Could be a good stocking stuffer.
Matt, Dale Stevens kind of called you an idiot.
Yeah, I complimented Dale. I thought she seemed like fun. Oh, about the immersion blender thing?
Yeah.
I know.
She didn't call you anything. She's kind of implied that you're an idiot. That's
She says you leave the immersion blender in the liquid. If you pull it above and it's still going, it splatters. Yes, of course that's true. I guess my point was a lot of times when you're in a hurry, you're just quickly trying to blend your soup. It's very easy to let it breach the surface and then you get a little splash up on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not good. Soup on the wall, bad.
Good band name, bad band name. Soup on the wall.
All right.
Bad band name. Good song name.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Yeah, and that's all the comments. That's it. Other than some people talking about tofu press. Brandon Turner +1's the that particular tofu press, which is probably the best item on this list. The Future tofu press.
Tofu press and the pasta bowls.
Pasta bowls. Yeah. The colander's okay kind of gift, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Because that could even sit out. You don't even need to put it in your fridge. You could have that could be your fruit bowl. And that would be all right.
There you go.
Yep. Okay, good. Well, then that's it. That's our last show of the week. Hey, we had some longer shows this week, Doug. We
did.
The last two were 51 minutes and like 30 seconds and 10 seconds. They were really similar in length. And then today's 56 minutes so far. So that's
wow.
longer. So people who want this Friday episode, you're getting it. It's just not going on Friday. You're getting extra minutes though. And we still get to have Fridays off of that. All right. So that's all. We'll wrap it up there. I hope everyone enjoys I guess it's still fall weekend, but to me, it's starting to feel like a winter weekend. So enjoy that. Get some Starbucks red cups. Support your local shop as well. Enjoy the cold weather. Maybe put on some movies. We haven't talked about Hallmark movies yet, but I know there's a whole new slate of them.
Ooh, Matt, are you stoked for the Biltmore Christmas?
I saw that one was there. That was really the only one that piqued my interest at all. I've never been more down on Hallmark movies than I am recently.
Where did you see it? Is it available yet? Or no?
No, I didn't see the movie. I just saw the list. The list came out like a month ago.
Okay.
And I figured we'd talk about it on the show, and I couldn't find anything worth talking about. The Biltmore thing was okay. I didn't see any time travel ones. It's just like all basic plots. Yeah, I don't know. They've really gone downhill a lot. They started just cranking out way too many. They used to be great. Anyway, I'll still give some a try. But Freeform is where I typically watch the holiday movies now instead of Hallmark. All right.
Dale says, Doug, don't use me to communicate your real feelings.
Yeah, you're being used. Dale.
It's funny. Mr. Jeffrey said that you're really boring.
Mr. Jeffrey pretty quiet today. Maybe because he's on his way to the
quiet this week. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Have a great weekend.
Yes, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday.